I'm Alan Kenny, and we're in New York for REIT Week 2017, Nareit's Investor Forum. I'm joined by David Weinreb, CEO with the Howard Hughes Corporation. So, David, how would you say that the company has made progress on establishing a recurring income stream, and what's that done also to net operating income?
I think we've made substantial progress there since we went public in 2010, both creating high returns for our investors while focusing on mitigating risks. When we went public in 2010, we had an initial NOI of $49 million. Our first quarter 17 NOI annualized was $169 million. And just properties that we've either developed or that are in development and will be complete in the next year or two will stabilize in at around $241 million of recurring NOI, which doesn't include the South Street Seaport District, as well as 110 North Wacker, which we recently announced, building a 1.35 million square foot office building there that'll be anchored by Bank of America on a 15-year lease. So I think it's been a good first 6 years, and we're excited about our prospects for the future.
And that development in Lower Manhattan, the Seaport District, and also Ward Village in Honolulu, can you give us an update on how those two projects are progressing?
One of the things that's unique about what we have in the Seaport District, it's quite similar to our master plan communities in the sense that we control a district in New York, 7 buildings over several blocks, which we're one of the few areas that really has a private district, if you will, like that. Lower Manhattan, as you know, has been on fire with tremendous growth, particularly with a young, mobile crowd that are very good earners. The demographics are unusually high for the area, second highest in the city. And there's 4,000 new units under construction, neighboring us, etc. So a lot of great things that are happening. As far as the Seaport itself, you know, the property is anchored by our replacement of the Pier 17 building, which our roof is 60,000 feet. It'll be the home of a summer concert series and all kinds of great activities during the day. And in the summer, we'll have a winter village that'll include a temporary building that'll be climatized, that'll hold up to 500 people seated and 1,800 people standing for cocktail receptions, etc. All of that while providing an unmatched community amenity. And we also have a restaurant and 2 outside bar areas also on the roof. So it's, you know, the Brooklyn Bridge to the north, Statue of Liberty to the south. It's very special. At the base of that building, we wanted to basically integrate a city grid system out into that building. So there's 6 buildings, 2-story buildings, that will house some of the great F&B in the city. John George is doing a fish restaurant. David Chang is doing a Momofuku there. We'll have probably 2 to 3 other restaurants, as well as some experiential retail that'll get announced over the next quarters. All of that is planned to open this next summer in 2018. So we're very excited about that. And then if you continue heading west, we have the Tin Building, where we recently announced that John George as well will be creating what we expect to be one of the great food experiences anywhere in the world, 53,000 feet in the Tin Building. And that'll really be the gateway to the Pier Building. And that'll host food from all regions as well as locally sourced food. So we're excited about that. And then moving more west than that, under the FDR, you come to what we call the Historic District, where we have the Fulton Market Building. And in that building, the IPIC Theaters just recently opened. That was our first tenant to open, and they're doing a great business. And then we have other great tenants like 10 Corso Como. Our goal has been to get retail that's first to market. They've never been in the U.S., and we're very excited about having them.
Your master plan communities have won numerous awards over the years. What are the key factors behind their success?
One of the great things about this company is our geographic diversity. So we have great vertical opportunity in what's left of the Rouse Columbia MPCs in Maryland. We own, of course, in Houston, the Woodlands, as well as Bridgeland. And then in Las Vegas, we own Summerlin, which actually was originally a Howard Hughes property and named after his grandmother. That business is a very unusual business because we have our own ecosystem in many ways. It's a virtual cycle where we have people that want to live there, work there, except that these are the size of cities as opposed to, smaller developments. So in the Woodlands, as an example, that's 28,500 acres. We have 115,000 people that live there. That population will grow to about 200,000. And then we have a 60,000 a day workforce that actually commutes into the Woodlands to work there. So it's a very unusual model where you have much more control over the success of the various things that you own and control. And we're typically trying to build a half to a full building ahead of the market. But more than that, we just wait till there's demand.
Well, David, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate being asked to be here.
For more on this and other real estate news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.